What is up guys, Solheim here, back with another Season of Mastery video. So today I want to talk a little bit about gold farming in Season of Mastery, and give my point of view on gold farming, talk to you a little bit about how I look at gold farming, which items I think are important to farm for, which professions I think are useful, and also to give you guys some tips and tricks for where to farm. So first off, let's just have a chat about why you should farm gold in Season of Mastery, especially considering it has a 12-month lifespan, meaning investing into TBC or planning far ahead into the future is pretty much not an option. Well, Season of Mastery has a lot more difficult raiding content, and even though we've only seen some changes done to Molten Core and Onyxia so far, I think it's fair to say the theme of more difficult raids will stick throughout Season of Mastery, meaning we will have a more difficult Blackwing Lair coming in Phase 3, as well as a Q in Phase 5 and Nexramus in Phase 6, all of which will most likely have more challenging content than it used to have in Classic WoW. On top of that, we don't have world buffs available in raids in Season of Mastery, so more difficult content and no world buffs means people will need consumables for other things than just speedrunning, and many guilds will even rely on consumables to even be able to clear the raids in the first case, meaning there will be a massive demand for consumables in Season of Mastery. So even if you're not into just gold making and gold farming, you will definitely want to have some gold so you can actually afford raiding, because raiding will be quite expensive. I also want to let you guys know that I've made and published my own gold making guide for Season of Mastery, which contains all of my gold making secrets and the gold making strategies for Season of Mastery, such as the best investments for Season of Mastery, and 38 different gold farms you can do to farm gold. The feedback on this guide has been absolutely insane so far, and I really cannot thank you enough for the support, so really, thank you. Right now you can also get 50% off by using the code Solheim, so make sure you check it out through the link in the video description and the pinned comment. When it comes to leveling up, I recommend pretty much everyone get Herbalism and Skinning. Skinning is incredibly useful to get extra raw gold while leveling, and even though mount training has been reduced to 50 gold for the level 40 mount, the cost for the epic mount riding remains unchanged. But with that being said, I'm uploading this video a couple of days into Season of Mastery, so some of you might already be level 60, or at least high level, and in that case I recommend Herbalism and Mining, or you could also just stick with Skinning and Herbalism to capitalize on higher skill leather, vendoring for more gold, and personally I'm going Skinning plus Herbalism. Herbalism is just incredible, as you can find black lotuses while leveling, as well as other herbs and even elemental fire, elemental earth and elemental water, all from Herbalism. With the changes to Herbalism, open world Herbalism farming has actually become very viable again, but just in case you want to do instant farming, the Maul Lasher farm should still also work, and let's just have a chat about which one of those you should focus on. Open world herbalism farming can be incredibly lucrative, but it can also be incredibly competitive. The good thing about open world herbalism farming is that straight up not every herb can be found inside dungeons, like if you want to farm for specifically ice caps or mountain silver sage, you are going to have a difficult time doing that inside dungeons, but also in Season of Mastery, we now have a Black Lotus change that makes it so Black Lotuses can now drop from any high skill herbalism nodes, kinda like the Fell Lotus from the Burning Crusade. So for example, when gathering Plague Bloom and Dreamfoil, you have a roughly 1, 2 or 3% chance to get a Black Lotus. I don't think we know the exact percentages yet, but we'll know soon enough. On top of this, you also have more Plague Blooms available through another herbalism change for Season of Mastery, where Blizzard decided to absolutely crank up the availability of Plague Blooms to the point where your minimap will be filled of them, and you can now find 7 Plague Bloom nodes right next to each other, if you are lucky enough. It is absolutely ridiculous in Eastern Plaguelands right now. Based on this, I recommend open world herbalism farming for anyone who wants to grab specific herbs that cannot be found inside dungeons. Also, if you level up to 60 incredibly quickly, so you can farm in high level zones with less competition than usual, and I would also recommend this to anyone playing on low population or medium population servers, as those will have less competition than high pop servers, and one gold farming method could be to start on a low pop, farm up a bunch of materials, then transfer to a high pop server. And lastly, if you play at odd hours, so for example, if you can play early in the morning, or in the middle of the night, basically if you play when no one else are playing, basically because that way you can avoid a lot of competition, and in that case I would recommend open world herbalism farming. When it comes to dire Maul Lasher farming, that can be a great way to make both raw gold and farm a variety of herbs, while securing yourself a couple of herbalism nodes. Depending on RNG, you usually get 3 to 4 herbalism nodes per dire Maul Lasher run, and those nodes are usually Dream Foils and Gorgrom's Blood, both of which are really valuable, and can also drop Black Lotus. On top of that, you have the Lashers, which are the main point of doing this farm, and these Lashers can drop a variety of herbs in all level ranges, plus they can drop grey items and green items, and ultimately give you a decent amount of raw gold, on top of the herbs you are getting as well. I recommend dire Maul Lasher farming if you play on a high pop server, and especially if you play during peak hours. The reason for this is quite obvious, but it's basically that open world farming gets affected a lot by having competition, while instance farms don't have any competition at all, and while you might be able to get more herbs in the open world if you don't have competition, dire Maul guarantees you a certain amount of materials without any competition at all. One more thing I want to talk about real quick is that because elemental fires, elemental earth and elemental water now drops from various sources through herbalism, the gold farms that rely on these materials will be worth a tiny bit less. That being said, that supply increase could be offset by an increased demand for these materials as well, especially for materials such as elemental fires in phase 3 during Blackwing Lair, but the increased supply also means you might be able to grab some incredibly cheap elementals in phase 1, so make sure you got some gold ready to make some investments. I know I didn't actually mention any gold farms other than dire Maul Lashers in this video, but I just wanted to have a chat about gold farming in general, and if you do want some specific examples of where to farm, I will leave some links in the video description, as I have uploaded more than 20 different Season of Mastery gold farms to YouTube, and I also got 38 gold farms in my gold guide. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you're all having a wonderful time so far in Season of Mastery, and also, do me a favor, if you're still watching this video right now and you're playing Season of Mastery, let me know what level you are, and come by and watch me stream Season of Mastery live on Twitch. I am most likely live right now as you're watching this. If you did enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like on it, and make sure you subscribe for more Season of Mastery content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.